We are in the closing stages of a March afternoon here, literally on the riverside, or the riverbed, the riverbank of the Thames. I had a little family of swans a moment ago which have swum pretty far away from me, and so clearly they're not really too bothered about my message, although hopefully you will be, because I'm back with another what seems to be an increasing library of survival techniques for navigating stress conditions during the current lockdown number 3, at least here in the UK. So this time the tip comes from a guy who runs a lab in Stanford called Andrew Huberman, who has been studying something called physiological sighs. And physiological sighs are what we currently know to be the quickest way that we can switch our state of nervous arousal from fight or flight to rest and calm. And so physiological sighs are basically 2 quick breaths in through the nose and 1 long exhalation through the mouth. So it looks like this. So there's 2 quick physiological sighs for you, just so you can see actually how they look in real time. And the reason that they work so incredibly swiftly is because they are, when a stress response is triggered, and stress responses trigger incredibly quickly. Your stress response is designed to trigger within half a second, and so you don't get a lot of time in that half a second to stand back and negotiate and reframe perspective. So it's unlikely that you're going to be able to stop that response. So the question then becomes, well, how can I best manage it? Physiological sighs are the way, and the reason that they work is because in your lungs you have little, keep getting slightly distracted by the pigeon-based activity up there underneath the slats of that walkway. So I hope that's not disturbing you too much, and equally I'm hoping that I don't get shat on at some point during this video. So you have little sacs, little air sacs in your lungs called alveoli, which always makes me smile because it sounds like the name of an Italian American gangster, which is not what I'm talking about, unless you happen to have a miniature Italian American gangster living in the confines of your lungs, in which case that is what it is. In this scenario, I'm talking about the alveoli in your lungs, which are little air sacs which inflate and deflate. When we get stressed, they start to fill up with carbon dioxide, which is not a good thing for your stress state. And the idea is that you want to replace that carbon dioxide with oxygen, and those 2 inhalations with the 2 rapid inhalations with the long exhalation is exactly what is going to replace the carbon dioxide in the little air sacs in your lungs called alveoli with oxygen. Carbon dioxide is going to be flushed out, oxygen is going to be let in, and as a response to that, your stress state will come down. The science behind it really is that you have you have something called an autonomic nervous system, which is responsible for everything, all your internal organs, and that is subdivided into 2 categories. One is your sympathetic state and one is your parasympathetic state. Sympathetic, in this case, despite the name, sympathetic sounds quite, oh, really lovely. Not in this case. Your sympathetic nervous system is responsible for your feelings of fight or flight. Your parasympathetic nervous system is responsible for your feelings of rest and calm. And so fight or flight is sympathetic nervous system. You employ that breathing technique and it switches you over to a parasympathetic nervous state pretty quickly, actually. I've had some stress situations which have I've employed 4 or 5 of those physiological sigh breathing techniques, and I've been de-stressed pretty quickly. I'm actually going to wrap this up because tide's coming in and it's not that it's not that regular all the way along, and I don't want to get stuck down here and have to swim home. So that's the technique for today. It's physiological sighs. It's 2 in through the nose, 1 out through the mouth. I've had some really powerful results with it. If you remember to do that next time you get stressed, do it. Let me know how you get on, and I will see you back here, probably back here, because I quite like it down here by this little riverside section. Well, probably in a couple of days, because I'm quite enjoying doing these videos for a little bit more chat. I don't know whether it would be, well, maybe something musically based next time rather than another tip, although it could easily be another tip. Anyway, whichever it is, I'll see you back here pretty soon.